Hello beginning drummers, it's Jeff Miller, aka Old Man Drummer, here with lesson number 2. I hope you enjoyed the first video. The first video covered the basics of playing on a practice pad, metronome, how to hold your sticks, what kind of sticks you need to get, and a whole bunch of stuff that is pretty boring for basic drumming, so this video will hopefully be a little bit more exciting. Lessons learned for me from the first video. The video was long, I'm sorry. I was hoping it'd only be 5 or 10 minutes. It ended up being 18 minutes. And lesson number 2, not a lot of playing. That's what you guys want to do. So let's go ahead and get right into playing. This lesson is on quarter notes. What is a quarter note? A quarter note is, mathematically speaking, a note that is a quarter of a whole. The whole being what's called a measure. So for any of you that know basic math, if you don't know basic math, don't be embarrassed. I don't like math either. A quarter note, or 25%, or 1/4, or a fourth, however you want to say it, takes 4 of those to make a whole. So in musical terms, a whole would be a measure, which if you look at sheet music, which we're not going to talk about reading music, but there are called bars and phrases, and bars and phrases consist of measures, and those measures are played by time signatures, and all we care about right now is 4/4. 4/4 is the basic beat that you can tap your head to when you're listening to a song, and the stuff you stomp your foot to when you're at a concert or listening to a song on the radio. So let's get into playing. How does this work? The quarter note is going to be just 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're counting 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and starting the process over. It's as simple as that. That is what a quarter note is, and as you can see by the description that I gave you earlier, which might have been a slight bit confusing, we're only going to 4 and then we're starting over again, so one hit is a quarter, or 25% of that whole process. That's why it's called a quarter note. Same with 8th notes, same with 16th notes, which I'll go over in another video because I don't want this video to run long. So practice what I preach. Let's grab the good old metronome that I got here on my iPhone. And interestingly enough, the metronome is in 4/4, and it's counting quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. That's a quarter note, guys and girls. It's as simple as that. Doesn't really sound that awesome, but it's the basics of all beats to come. How can we make it more complex? Obviously, we can speed it up. That was 64 beats a minute. Let's go to, I don't know, let's do 100. 1, 2, ready, play. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go. Let's bring it up some. 120. Let's go faster. 130. 1, 2, ready, play. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. We could keep going faster and faster, but I don't want to make the video really long. So that's a quarter note. Technique on a quarter note. While you are playing, I'm going to slow the metronome back down so I can show you this while I'm playing. Slow it back down to say 80. I want to watch your position of your hands on your sticks, about 1/3 of the way up, as I explained in the first video. You want to watch your grip, which is while you're playing, making sure that your fingers aren't floating off, which I discussed also in the first video. That's bad. Keep all your fingers on the stick. Don't hold it with a death grip. Somebody's going to ask in the comments, well, how tight should I be holding it? If I had to tell you how tight to be holding it, these two fingers should kind of be the anchor, so 80% pressure, and then the remaining fingers are about a 30% pressure. I can kind of turn around and show you. Obviously you need that flexibility right here for these three fingers to move a little more, and these are just the fulcrum, if you will. Make sure you have good wrist position, turning your wrist over with your arm and your elbow almost at a 90-degree angle. You want both hands playing in what's the bullseye as you make it. Don't be playing outside on the pad, or one hand really up front and one hand really far back. You want to pick a small circle and be playing in that circle. That's what's going to create accuracy for you. And the last thing I want to talk about is stick height. So stick height is a big thing. We are actually controlling our stick. We always want to control it. We're not letting gravity just take the stick and drop and then letting it bounce as far back or rebound up as high as it can on its own. We're controlling the stroke. Now, I'm not saying that like pick this imaginary line in the sky and stay below that line. What I'm saying is there's going to be a height that's ridiculously low, like ridiculously low, and there's going to be a ridiculously high height as well. So just go ahead and stay somewhere in the middle. Start with about right here. Later on in life, or if you're already watching YouTube marching band videos, you'll see that the drum instructors sometimes will hold a stick over people's hands, because as you get faster, your sticks get crazier and they want to get super high and you want to play loud, and you know, somebody will put a stick above them and be like, okay, now play all of that stuff below this stick. And that shows that you have a lot of control and that you're using your fingers. So that's it, guys and girls. Quarter notes in a nutshell. And this video was only 8 minutes long, which was half as much as the first video. Thanks for watching quarter notes. I'm going to just roll right into eighth notes, so you're going to see me dressed in the same outfit doing eighth notes. If that's all the time you got for today, work on your quarter notes. I'm doing eighth notes next, then we'll time together, go into 16th notes. 2 or 3 more short videos, and we'll be on the drum set. Keep rocking on.